Anyways, folks, hope you all enjoy this little stream. We are actually doing a test run today of Red Dirt. Well, as many of you all know, we've been looking at getting into farming. I made a comment not too long ago stating that you may see a couple of farming sim episodes. Well, I'm proud to announce that today will be our first test run of the streaming and seeing what will be good, seeing what happens with everything else and whatnot. I hope this episode turns out really good. Stuff will be. Hello.
Hello?
Hey, Matt.
Hey.
So just to give you a heads up, Matt, I'm doing a quick little test run on Farming Sim to see how the streaming works, because Law wants to do a stream tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I'm using Twitch Studio right now. I figured I'd go between the two, see which ones work. And yeah, so yeah, we'll see what happens, and, maybe we can, get a Farming Sim day going and whatnot. But anyways, folks, like I said, this is the first and test stream. So let's hope this turns out really good. There's, two ways that this could turn out. Really, really good or really, really bad. I'm kind of hoping for the good part. Like I said, folks, this is a, test run. So stuff may not be always dead accurate and perfect. I'm hoping it turns out really good. So yeah, folks, this is going to be an interesting day for us. Interesting afternoon. So, and you can thank Mr. Preslaw, because he actually himself messaged me this morning, said he's re-downloaded everything. We're gonna try and get MIDI part of this as well. This is a non-dedicated server, so it's only active when I'm on. But as you folks will see, I have done a fair bit despite the size of the map. I will not give you guys a full tour of the map currently, because I do have a fair bit to do on my end of the farm. This map contains a large cattle or beef cow and a large dairy farm plus a few others. A lot of it is done. We do a lot sim, minus the auto stacking and stuff like that. I'm a little too lazy for that, but nothing wrong with that. Yeah, folks. So hope you all folks enjoy. And like I said, stay tuned basically for more episodes. And if this works out, then that'll basically just show that apparently ATS is apparently crappy for streaming. Oh. Folks, I figure I'll do test runs on new games that we want to do. The next one is going to be a touchy one. I'm going to do a test run probably later this week on Red Dead. I know Mitty mentioned that she wanted to get into that either June 8th or June 9th to do a test stream, or to do a stream. But I want to do test runs with the streaming actives, or streaming, either Streamlabs or Twitch Studio. Just to make sure that the game doesn't crash. Because let's face it, I don't know about y'all, but I really hate commercial breaks. And sorry folks for the burp. Alright, so I'm gonna move my pickup. Yeah folks, yesterday I ran out of gas on one of my tractors. But anyways, folks, my farm is mainly John Deere, so you will see a lot of John Deere equipment. I do, each farm will be will have a brand of its own: New Holland, Case, Massey, and etc. I do have a Duitsfar Well, I don't know. I'm debating whether or not to swap it out for a Massey, but we'll see. So, you know, but anyways, folks, I'll give you a quick tour of my little farm currently. This is just some of my personal small shit. Of course, my little boy, my wagon picker upper. These are my wagon, or this is where all my baler stuff goes. My John Deere, my auto stacker. Got a couple of bales left over from another stack that I gotta put back together. But give me one quick second, folks. I'm gonna go into an aerial view. Currently, folks, I am putting away all this stuff off of this field and waiting for this field to get redone or regrow. This field here, I'm currently doing. It needs to be weeded, but it's currently done with sugar. I got a couple of fields of sugar. These fields have already been done. I'm in the process of finishing up my silage. I got this left, and I got this stretch here left to go. This is a hay field, been custom made. Another custom field, another custom. A lot of stuff, folks, I just kind of tinker with. But anyways, the main farm that I'm working is the dairy. This field here can hold up to 400. Another 400 pen. Which, in reality, we're not doing, because let's face it, it's a lot of feed. But anyways, folks, I'm still working out the kinks on this map. I'm a little stupid when it comes down to certain things, so I don't really know how some of this stuff works. It's a map that was recommended to me by Slowpoke from I-80. But I figured, screw it, basically we'll have some fun. And this map is definitely the go-to map, basically, for projects and whatnot. Now, a lot of folks, now, you may be wondering, well, why am I growing sugar and all that kind of crap? Like, what's the purpose to it? Well, over here, folks, by the way, folks, this is the stockyards. So, just do a quick little pit stop at the old stockyard. Anyways, folks, like I said, we got the store here. And then, over here is the big cattle farm, the big beef farm. Alright, these pens hold up to 400 cows each. It's its own little farm. Well, not really its own little farm, but its own little piece of land. Bear with me, folks, I might get a little lost. Find where the heck I'm supposed to go. Oh, yeah. Now, all my dairy stuff eventually comes to, oops, just lost the button. All my dairy stuff comes to here. Which, you know, over here is the, I think it's the actual ice cream place. And then over here is the trailers. Yes, all these trailers can be hauled. Okay, and be sold at other sell points throughout the map. This map does have a little bit of a logging map, which I will not be doing due to a set of mods that I used to use. The guy decided to be an absolute dick about it and no longer allow use of a Xbox controller. Yeah. So, anyways, folks, like I said, we got a little bit of work to do today on the first stream. You know, the live is just putting away stuff, getting it ready to go. This field here is the next field to be processed. This is all alfalfa. Still gotta get these big things here actually move, rotate. Still trying to figure out what actually fills them. Call me stupid, but I don't know. Anybody that knows this map, if you know, I got to talk to a few of my friends that got me into it, but I got time when they're on. But anyways, folks, so yeah, let's get some stuff put away and the silage and everything like that done today. by the way, if you are interested in old classic tractors, I have an old Super Ollie, Mr. Oliver. I have a John Deere. I have a couple of these old Johnnies. In my one farm, I have as of course you can see, I have 2 whites. This is basically the stuff I will strictly use for my sugar harvest, as I try to set certain tractors for certain work. And yeah, like I said, my main farm is all strictly John Deere. This is one of my trucks and trailer. Well, one of the trucks I have. Damn it. Stupid thing. Be a little buggy. So yeah, this is my main truck and trailer. Currently here we've got straw on the ground. This field is the oat field. We have a horse farm, which will be eventually operated if Mitty ever decides to jump on. I've left it to her because to me, horses are really absolutely not only well, I don't want to say they're useless, but they're, yeah. Anyway, so this is the horse farm that will eventually be Mitty's. Mitty will have her own place. I will eventually will create a secondary farm for her to basically operate her own equipment, and give her, of course, the farm manager abilities to be able to come over and help me out. That's pretty much what I want to do. For the map is to eventually have multiple farms going. Everybody helps out everybody, but at the same time, you'll have your own work. I do have a Google Drive available with all the mods I do have currently available. This is the actual sheep farm, if I remember correctly. Yes. Yes. So, you know, if you are ever interested in, like I said, we'll probably doing farming sims Saturdays. Division will be moved to. Division will probably be taken off the schedule until further notice. It'll basically be going into one of those. I'll do it when I get around to it. Only because of the fact that we are currently working on the Warlords pack with Mrs. Mitty. So, yeah, folks. You know, so temporarily there will be no schedule for Division. If you were looking forward to a Division, there will be an episode possibly tomorrow night. But we'll see. I highly doubt it. It might be moved because, judging by the message I got today, my buddy Prez Law wants to actually do a farming sim episode tomorrow night, which by all means, you know, bonus. I have no problem. So, but yeah, folks, like I said, just bear with us. This is all test runs. And just kind of figuring out basically what needs to be done, and seeing if the stream holds up. And like I said, you know, there will be certain things that may be shuffled around just due to the factors of streaming abilities. Like I said, the come along for the ride, or come along, well, ride with us, or come along for the ride, West Coast Thunder. That will remain on its usual times on Friday, but it may be temporarily pushed back from 4:30 to 6, basically just depending on what happens. Now, a lot of times, folks, when I do this, what you see, the truck basically going onto the field, does not usually happen. I usually send chasers. But I am doing chaff, so I will allow basically people to bring the semi-trucks on to the field to get the crops. So yeah, folks, like I said, I am going to be trying to run full rough and dirty full sim with chaser bins, tractors, new, old. This map I'm kind of setting up to where, like I said, it can be used whatever, but I prefer my old school stuff as much as possible. So yeah, folks, like I said, you know, you will hear my buddy Matt occasionally in the background. He basically, if you're ever on Xbox and looking for a buddy, One of these days I will add, I'll get Matt to type up his Discord or his name on Xbox, and you can by all means join him on Xbox. He plays Red Dead. He's currently big on Red Dead. He occasionally races on GTA sporadically. I don't know what other games he has. Then again, though, he can access my personal profile basically from my Xbox days because I gave him access to it. So he's probably got more access to games that it just all depends on what he likes. But like I said, folks, this is basically a new thing for us with streaming Farming Sim. It was always like in the back burner idea, never a mainstream idea. But due to popularity, it started to bring up, not in viewer recommendations, but in my friends' ways. We will be doing it, and the more people I find that actually want to do this, because it's not easy work. It may look easy, but in reality, it's not. So, yeah, folks, like I said, this will basically be done, probably do Farm Sim Saturdays, but no offense, but I probably will not interfere with that particular name because I know Mr. Bill Max used to do it, Farm Sim Saturdays, which he was the biggest inspiration to doing a Farm Sim stream. So shout out to him, Mr. Bill Max, Bill T Max, or I think that's his name. I can't remember. But yeah, folks. So, like I said, we'll kind of keep it, like I said, as close to realistic as possible for a lot of our stuff. Videos will be going up on YouTube, of course, because why not? I don't know how last night's episode of Come Along for the Ride turned out. Apparently, I tried uploading like 3 times, so I went through, removed the two copies, and then I re-uploaded it this morning. I don't know how it turned out. Probably, like I said, there will be two commercial breaks in there. But I'm not wondering if it's just the game itself just not liking the whole streaming process. Because so far, so good. I've yet to crash on here. And I'm using Twitch Studio. So it could basically very well be the game itself. Something to do in the whole files or whatever. I'm not too worried. I had to start somewhere, so Farming Sim, so ATS was kind of like the start of it. Breakpoint, Division were kind of the follow-up. The more and more I look into stuff, the more and more I'll get into it. It just all depends on viewership, and well, not really on viewership, but it just depends on what I get for gaming. I don't know if we're going to be streaming Poker Nights, because it's only really one side. You really can't see other people's hands and what they're all doing. And also too, I'm really hesitant about streaming poker on Twitch or YouTube, only because of the fact that to you young kids, stay the hell away from gambling. And like those that basically think it's cool at a young age to be playing poker, I don't recommend it. I never got into it myself, and in reality, the only reason I got into HD poker is because, well, I'm old enough, I know better, and I'm not actually using real money. But I also know, even though I'm not using real money, gambling is gambling, and you can still pick up an addiction. And in reality, yes, you could still put in money into the game and whatnot. Last thing I want to do that. The Call of the Wild series it'll basically be a sporadic again. Only just because of the fact that I get into it, but then I play that game just to kind of kick back, relax, and get away from the headaches. I know a few friends I know that play it, Also, too, folks, be aware there will be an ETS episode coming soon. I don't know when though. I'm probably thinking probably in the next 2 weeks. There will be an ETS stream. I'm hoping to have whatever the hell is going on. I'm hoping that whatever the heck that's bugging out on ATS, I'm hoping the guy does not do that for ETS. But we all freaking know it's, you know, I'm not computer tech savvy, and like I stated last night on my Facebook, I'm a little too stupid to figure it out if it's internal. Doesn't seem to be an internal, because it doesn't do that on a lot of the games that I play. So it's got to be on the game itself. But yeah, folks, like I said, this will basically be, you know, we'll definitely be doing a stream on Farming Sim. We'll probably do Farming Sim Sundays, I'm thinking. But we'll see. We'll see how the schedules line up for not only myself, but, well, me, I'll do it anytime. But, like you see on the map, you see with the size that I'm working, and I'm just doing this by myself. You know, I wouldn't mind getting a few extra hands. Yes, folks, I understand this is not a dedicated server. You guys may not like it, but you guys are not the ones having to fork the money out basically to get a dedicated server going. You know, that would be probably that would be me, and I'm, you know, I was part of a dedicated server for a while, but no, you know, Whisper Lord, he had a login server for a while, but it's not really worth it. Basically, if only 1 or 2 people are getting on it, you basically pretty much want to keep your crew on, you know, getting work done, everything like that. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. People have lives. You know, I know some of you folks probably will hear the odd man in the background of my headphones. That is my stepfather. You know, despite the fact that me and him sometimes cannot stand each other with an 8-foot frickin' pole, he does like to tease me, and so don't ever take it personal. In reality, his teasing, you know, he tries, basically, let's just say this, he tries to joke. Sometimes he's not the greatest at it.
Like my father.
Exactly. Oh. You know, it's like teaching an old dog new tricks. Sometimes it's damn near impossible to teach him how to joke. You know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, man. I just said that.
Is he standing right there?
No. He's outside right now. You know, and folks, and if you got a problem basically with how we talk, go somewhere else. Because we'll talk about politics, we'll talk about COVID, we'll talk about whatever the heck we feel like. I know a lot of people try to escape the politics chatter, but in reality, you know what? On gaming, it's meant to be making fun of everything. And that's exactly what we do. You know, whether it's joking about Mr. I forget everything, Mr. Joe Biden, to the lovely President of Canada, or Premier of Canada, Mr. Pussy Justin Trudeau.
Creepy Uncle Dementia Joe.
There you go, folks. But yeah, folks, like, you know, like, we joke about it. You know, we don't care if you are a transgender or whatever the heck you are. We don't care. If you can handle it, we joke about. Basically, if you can handle being joked around with, by all means, you're more than welcome to chime in and whatnot, and have fun. Because with my friends, we don't. How to explain this? We don't see race. We don't see gender. You want to be accepted? Act normal. Okay, folks? You know, that is one thing about me I've always stated. Like, even being a disabled person myself, I try to basically act normal as much as I can. despite my challenges and whatnot. If I want to be accepted, I gotta act normal. I can't try to, I can't basically, well, I'm disabled and that, basically I should be treated differently. Well, I'm sorry, but in reality, I'm just like you, just like everybody else. I got 2 legs, I got 2 arms, and I got a head, and I got a torso. To those that have been amputated, basically, that do not have those body parts, I do apologize. But you know what I mean, folks. It's, working, basically, when you've been dealing with, diversity all your life, you see these groups basically bitching and complaining about, how, like the, I can't believe it, but, the transgenders, okay, prime example, folks. You see them prancing around, parading around, and whatnot, thinking that, they're all queens and divas of, everything. And that they deserve basically more attention than supposedly everybody else. Or that they deserve to be accepted. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not the best way about doing your stuff, folks. If you want to be accepted, take criticism. Take the criticism and don't let words hurt you, period. Seriously, folks, like that is, growing up in the 90s, that's exactly what our parents told me. Oh, actually, it was either that or I got spanked. Oh, one of the two. Actually, folks, I was actually never, I don't remember actually ever getting, well, I don't know. Can't really remember basically back from that point. But yeah, folks, I've been accused of being a homophobic and all that because I tell everybody that, you accept yourself for who you are. Okay, whether you are a guy or girl or or you were born a guy but you're a girl. I'm sorry, but we call those guys girly boys. You're not a transgender. You are a girly boy. Plain Jane simple. And I'm sorry, but I had a sister myself. Trust me, I have probably a little bit of girly boy in me. My sister was never weird enough to basically make me do anything that I really didn't want to. But at the same time, my theory is if transgenders are transgenders, but I don't know how that's possible. Still to this day, I still can't figure out how they can judge themselves being transgender when, I'm sorry, but Transformers are not due for another 30, probably 50, 100 years from now. Yeah, Matt, I just said that. Like, no offense, but folks, like, come on, like, Optimus Prime and all that kind of stuff like that, that's a Transformer. But, like, if we cannot accept ourselves for who we are, then how can we expect everybody else to accept us? I'm a disabled person. I accept myself for who I am. I don't expect anybody to treat me any differently. Than, say, some guy down the street or, some guy on a video game. I know some people can take offense to having the R word fired at them. Okay, I'm sorry, but in reality, that word is used in so many ways. Yes, I have to admit, yes, it can be used to hurt. But also at the same time, just remember, if you're being called that by a normal person, by like a non-disabled person, remember this. The only reason why they're using that word is because, let's face it, they don't know you. Like, they don't know us. They don't know the disabled people. Okay? And same thing goes with if you're if you're gay. If you get, just because somebody kind of ignores you or, basically calls you bro, and yet, oh, sorry, that's transgender. But, does not mean, somebody's a homophobic. The words homophobic, racist, and what's the other word, Matt? That's been used way too much. That's been a lot of times used out of context.
Nazi.
Yeah, Nazi. Okay. Here's the thing, folks. When you use the word Nazi, like, yes, some of us use it for calling somebody a grammar Nazi. Okay. But at the same time, like, if you're calling, like, for example, if you're calling me a homophobic,
not knowing that, from, you basically call me that, like, on Facebook or whatever, in reality, I may actually have transgender friends. I don't, but that's just because of the town I live in, and the diversity is not there. We're actually a lot more native than we are of other folk. And see, folks, that's pretty much the words I use a lot. It's folks. We are folks. Whether you're a boy, girl, old, young, we're just folks. That's why, I try not to use ladies and gentlemen because, God for frickin' bid, somebody might get offended by that. Which is, again, kind of stupid. But, hey, I digress. Today's society we live in, it's everybody being so judgmental. You can't, well, because you don't accept this person, you're this. I don't want, if I'm not accepted by everybody, oh frickin' well. Who gives who gives a dang? I am who I am. I'm proud of it. And honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm a unique human being with a unique, basically with other, pros that you may not even know. And no offense, but, like hell, if we choose to do whatever the heck we choose to do, non-criminal wise, who gives a crap based on what a person does? Like, I'm not, saying that one group is, I'm not saying, go out and, like, do criminal stuff. that against the law. But, as being a disabled person, everybody, the gays and lesbos and transgenders think they all got it tough. Because people basically kind of look at them and go away kind of deal. Well, I'm sorry, but that's been happening to special needs people all their freaking life. Like, yes, I have to admit, transgenders are finally coming out of the box or closet. Oops. Don't know where the heck the box came from, but whatever. But like, I have respect towards, transgenders. I don't care, like, if you're a transgender or a gay or whatever, but don't make me accept you. If I don't know you, of course I'm not gonna accept you. Plain, like, I'm sorry, but I don't have to accept people that are not my friends. My theory is, it's like to me, transgenderism is like a religion. Okay, folks? You pick and choose there. But at the same time, you want people to accept you, then don't rub it down everybody's throat. And that's my main thing here. You want to be accepted. The worst way to do it is forcing it upon people by prancing around downtown main streets, parading around thinking you're all that. When in reality, if another race did that, we'd be called racist. Or homophobic. Or whatever. Because let's face it, a bunch of white guys basically walking down the road basically is not the best idea. Or vice versa, a group of blacks, Mexican, whatever. Group of Hindus. But, hey, they've got their own religions too. Like I said, folks, I'm not racist. I'm not homophobic. I don't care. My theory is respect is earned and respect is given. You come to me, and if you're a transgender, if you're hesitant about it, it's not going to take long for me to figure it out. So my theory is, if you're honest with yourself, that, okay, you were a guy born in a woman's body, so be it. If you can accept that, and then not force it upon, like, myself, like, say, okay, you're a guy born in, like, say, okay, you're a woman but born in a guy's body. If I call you bro, because to me you look like a bro on the outside. As I say, don't ever judge a book by its cover, but on the look, if I call you bro, because I don't know that you're a transgender, you can't get offended by that. Okay, because like people can look at me and go, well, I'm not special needs. Well, exactly, because I have a high functional type of autism. You know, and whatever. But, like if we were to have a transgender join us right now, on stream, or like in this group, and that person started joking around, having fun with me and my friends, not getting offended by every little nick and cranny thing we say, guess what? That's instant acceptance. Okay? Yes, does joking get a little too carried away sometimes? Yes. I gotta admit, it happens. But in reality, you know what? If you're laughing about it, you cannot turn around and say, oh, well, I'm offended by it now. Prime example, folks, I had somebody from Australia. His name was Bleed, and I know people don't like basically when you address people's names, but Bleeding Street, okay, goes by that name. He and I, we were friends for a while, for a couple of months, basically, probably 6 months to a year. Okay, folks, I picked on him, I teased him, whatever, we basically had a blast. Okay? And then not too long ago, about 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, we were all BSing in Discord, okay? And we were, basically laughing and just cracking jokes, and, my buddy Preslaw was in there, and we were all bullshit, having a blast. Well, Mr. Bleeding Streets jumps in, and suddenly, Law's asking basic questions, and all that kind of stuff. Alright? Well, suddenly, Mr. Bleeding Streets gets, I guess you could say, offended. I don't know, pick something, or whatever. And yet, all those same things we were joking about with him that day, I've been joking with him about that for years, and he's never said a damn thing. He's always laughed about it. Okay, I understand sometimes people may not want to say something because, hey, they're trying to be cool, or they're trying to, blend in, or whatever the heck term you want to use. But at the same time, if we don't know it's bugging you, if you don't say anything, you have no right to basically at the end of it, basically knowing that, we're joking around, you have no right to basically say that, I'm being a bully, knowing full well that we've been teasing and BSing, for months. We've been cracking jokes, basically, saying stupid shit, you name it. And yes, folks, I do swear a fair bit. And again, you don't like my mouth, tune in somewhere else. This is rated 18 and older. This is reality TV. I don't sugarcoat anything. I call it as is. If you're one of those kids, if you're one of those people that basically believes in bubble wrapping children, that's your choice. But then you really cannot physically tell us that, oh, well, we gotta do this now. Well, I'm sorry, what the hell went on here? Oh, never mind. Alright, I thought it was something I did. But, folks, like I said, we are what we are. We're all human beings. Yes, just certain things get carried away. Racism, yes. Racism will never die, folks. Because that's what we've been learning it all our lives in school. From time of man and women to the time of, well, we'll be flying around in hover cars and hover bikes and having a blast. But there still will always be that little bit of unacceptance. Okay, and that's exactly what it is. I understand, racism is bad. Don't get me wrong. Racism, I don't believe in. But again, I don't see color when I look at a human being. I see a man, a woman, a child, and I go, how are you? How's your day? And that's it. Racism is one of those, It came around because of history. Okay? It happened in World War II with Hitler and the Jews, Gypsies, Poles, you name it. 18th century, slavery. With the Chinese, blacks, the Irish, and whatnot. You know, like, look at Australia, folks. Like, Australia basically was formed because of prisoners. You know, it was part of the it was a basic British prison piece of land. That's what they deemed it. You know, and in all the years we've been on this planet, planet Earth, hatred has always been around. Whether it's, and I'm sorry, folks, but to me, the worst hatred is those people that scam people. That, to me, is the most... I'm more worried about people being scammed out of thousands and thousands of dollars than I care about some guy's skin. You know, our veterans are going homeless because basically they don't give the veterans their dues day in and day out. More and more veterans that go homeless, and yet you're more worried about some freaking woman, prime example, some freaking woman that doesn't understand the word Gorilla Glue, and using it as whatever the hell it was, shampoo or whatever the hell it was. Like, seriously, folks, like, there's more important things in this world. And the only way to end, you're never going to end racism, but one way to slow it down is by teaching people history and not erasing it. Because I'm sorry, but I learned a lot about World War II, learned a lot about World War I. I never wanted to turn into be a Hitler or a Joseph Stalin or a Mussolini or a Mr. Yamamoto or whatever the heck that guy was. Could be wrong, but I never wanted to be like that. Never did. Don't get me wrong. When I watch my war movies, I'm more interested in about the tanks, the ships, and watching history. That's all I care about. I don't care. And like same thing about like the War of Independence. Okay, when you watch the Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot. Okay, it clearly states that yes, there was slavery. Okay, but you know what? Slavery was won and fought. Slavery was won. Slavery was also ended in the United States. It still is around to this day in many countries, third world countries. Okay, you got underage people working. Okay, now I don't usually get into this kind of crap because to me it bores the crap out of me. But it's something that it's been driving me crazy. Okay, people getting offended by everything, and it doesn't matter what you do. And it's really starting to grind my gears, folks. I don't care who you are. I don't care, and just because, I am, just because I'm calling people groups out, doesn't mean jack. You can say that, well, I'm this, because, yes, folks, I know that was just unrealistic, just picking up a piece of machine, but I got it stuck. But yeah, no, folks, like prime example, like, I've got actually two black cousins, Adam and Nigel. I'm not racist towards them, because you know what, they're the most coolest freaking guys ever. I don't talk to them much, but that's just because, one, I lost contact, I actually lost track of them, so, just due to the directions I was going with my life, and, contacts die out. So you cannot, so people that call me racist, I'm sorry, but I've got a mixture of family. Hell, I probably got some Korean. I don't know, freaking know. My uncle would know more. So people that call me racist really need to realize that, no, I'm not racist. You will be accepted if I respect you. And that's not by forcing your beliefs upon me. I don't care if you are a religious, a pagan, a Satanist, Buddhist, whatever the hell you want to be. I don't care. I will be your friend as long as you treat me with respect and do not force your beliefs upon me. But also understand one thing. I will listen to you talk about your religion. I don't care. Actually, you know what? Problem anyways, I might actually be interested in it. You don't know. But at the same time, you cannot tell me that I have to basically, you know, that if I start talking about like, you know, what's going on in the world, and you cannot say, well, you know, you're racist because you don't accept people. Well, I'm sorry, but I do. I don't care. I don't care what you are. Matt here, you know, I know, and you cannot say I'm a sexist either, because I got girls that are friends. You know, a lot of them I don't talk to anymore, but that's just because, well, a lot of the girls are from high school, and that's what I said, they're all stuck up. But, you know, I got Mitty, I got, you know, heck, I've got a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis. And not only that, but if I was a sexist, my mother would have killed me. Let's face it. My mother did not raise an idiot. You know. Or my uncles would have had my would have had my tail because they've got daughters. But yeah, no, folks, like, you know, those that turn around and basically call me a racist, a homophobic, remember one thing. Words are being overused, and you expect me to take you serious. Well, sorry, but you just lost that battle. Doesn't matter what you say to me. I will accept you for who you are. If you cannot accept that, then that's your problem and not mine, folks. My buddy Matt here, he's been called homophobic so many goddamn times, he probably can't even count that high anymore. You know? Exactly, folks. And Matt, Matt, explain to my viewers, if there is any, the stuff that you've said, and that you've been called a racist, a homophobic, or whatever, and yet they weren't deemed as racist or homophobic stuff.
Yep. It's just you agree with a certain type of people, they'll, instead of staying quiet, and they'll just call you a racist or a homophobe or a Nazi just because you don't agree with them.
Yeah, folks, and that's the biggest thing. Matt here, between he and I don't know who has basically had that word flying around us basically for, you know, since the, I know when I started gaming, especially got into the GTA scene, you got that a lot, Matt. I don't know if you got that a fair bit. But I know I did. You know, I got called a homophobic, I got called this because I wouldn't take somebody into my crew. Well, you're a homophobic. No, you were not the right fit for the crew, okay? Now, for me, I won't take in a kid, okay, that's under the age of 18. And even then, I may not even take an adult that does not meet up to the standards that I'm setting for my particular crew. Like, for example, folks, my VTC that I run on American Truck Simulator, we have a 19 or older policy. But even then, prove us wrong. But if you can't, our theory is if you can't handle jokes, don't dish it. Because if you can't handle it, like if you think you can handle jokes, but suddenly you become like one of those people that goes, oh well, now you're being offensive, then don't be firing jokes back. Because I'm sorry, but like with us that have been in the gaming world for since probably, I know for me I've been, not the online stuff, but I know I've been gaming since the 90s. And I remember basically back when your friends had to come over and and like actually, you literally basically if you lost, you actually hit your friend. Which don't get me wrong, folks, I'm kind of happy that era is over. Because when you lost, you hurt. That's one thing about online gaming I've appreciated. Is that, you no longer hurt. But also, too, like, when you're gaming online, especially the younger generations, You don't know who you are name calling. Okay? Because we all know there are a lot of people out there. Pervs, weirdos, creeps, ex-criminals. Prime example. P.A. Smooth. Felons. That are on online gaming to this day. Okay? Now, you may think, well, they shouldn't be allowed on. No. If they're allowed to game, then they're allowed to game. But, folks, those of you that think it's cool to DDoS, to hack, hack came out really bad. It sounded like I hit a strain in my voice. But to yeah, exactly. But to those of you that think DDoSing, hacking is cool and funny, think again, folks. Like, in many ways, you're not cool. You are literally a piss-ass loser. And I say that basically piss-ass because that's exactly what you become. If you have to hack your way to a victory or DDoS your opponent because you're getting your butt spanked like 3 ways from Sunday, or falsely accuse your opponent of cheating, when knowing full well he is not cheating, he's just spanking you in a 3-on-1. Basically, if you come at somebody with you and your little 3 buddies, and you're getting spanked by one person, and if he's clearly not cheating, and you falsely accuse him of cheating, what does that say about you? You cannot fight a one-on-one battle. But it also shows that there are gamers out there that are really good. I know guys that I've challenged one-on-ones and got my butt spanked. Prime example, my buddy Prezlaw. Throw him in a PvP game and that guy will beat you 3 ways from Sunday. And not use one cheat, a hack, or anything like that. And I don't even think the guy even knows how to do it. Then again, no, it's simple Google. But, I remember multiple times getting my butt handed to me. Not once did I ever thought about DDoSing somebody. Did I take it a little bit serious? Yes. My folks can vouch. They've heard me rage a few times. And again, that was my bad. Like, that's why too, like, when, I get these people that tell me to get good, okay? I laugh at them, but I tell them, especially certain games, I don't play as much. Or I may not play them as much as I used to. So yeah, I'm rusty as all heck. But at the same time, I'm playing the game because I want to have fun. Yes, American Truck Simulator, running my VTC, I run it sim. So I take it a little bit more serious, but that's because that's my creation. I run the VTC like it is in a book. Because in many ways, when I'm driving to a character. Okay, I'm driving when I run West Coast Thunder Logistics. West Coast Thunder, folks, is actually a legit rodeo group. Again, shout out to those beautiful women. Exactly. But, don't get me wrong, folks, West Coast Thunder Logistics, yes, it may have came from that name, but in reality, it was also because it fit my country background. Like, basically because there was no rodeo, like, there's no livestock hauling right now in American Truck Simulator. So, West Coast Thunder was kind of the next best thing. And in reality, the game is pretty much all West Coast, for the most part. But, like, yeah, folks, like I said, online gaming, you cannot tell me, like, yes, certain games have become extremely toxic. But the only reason why it's becoming toxic is because people keep taking bait. Because people that are going to make it toxic are those that are going to bait it. Yes, I know how to do it myself. I'll do it as well. I'll bait people into taking into nibbling my line. See if you're dumb enough to respond. You know, like I know if people were watching right now, I probably would get probably a few hates with some of the words I've said. But you know, a lot of times when you people call a game toxic, it's only because of the fact that you're dumb enough and you're actually responding to those idiots. You keep taking the bait. You keep getting overly offensive, and that's the only reason why games have become toxic nowadays, is because you people that get offended by every word that's fired out of a person's mouth. And also society does not help. You know, and I'm sorry, but little Johnny base that's like 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, or even 10 years old, should not be playing that game that's rated M for mature. You know, such as Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, or Division, or Breakpoint, or, well, not so much Breakpoint, but any game that's got PvP. Okay, let's just go based on that theory. Okay, like hockey, that's fine. But actually, even then, sometimes you do get those salty buggers in there too, which is kind of shocking. But hey, you get that in all sports. But you know, like I said, folks, you call a game toxic. What are you doing to make it toxic? Because I guarantee you, because I guarantee you, the only reason why it's toxic is because you're dumb enough to take the bait. Because I guarantee you, I could probably take about 8 or 9 disabled kids into a game, into a PvP game, make it fun for them, and I guarantee you they'll walk away basically happy. And I guarantee you I could probably take them into some toxic areas and they will still have fun. You know, because that's exactly, because it all depends on who your kids are hanging out with, like on those online games. Heck, I hang out with basically multiple people, and yes, there is a difference when certain people are around me. Yes, I act a little differently. Don't get me wrong. You know, but a lot of my friends nowadays, and Matt here can vouch, a lot of my friends are not like those kind of people anymore. I've weaned them out. You know, I've had some racist friends. I've had some idiot friends. So I've had some oversensitive friends. And to me, those people brought me to a level that I didn't like being. Okay? And, you know, I chose to thin the herd out with my friends. That's why I don't have many gaming friends. But also, too, if I got two friends gaming, if I got two friends that are going at each other, I'm not choosing sides. I don't do that. My friends know that. I will never choose my friends. Like, I will never basically choose between friends. Well, because of the fact that if you don't get along with one of my other friends, I'm sorry, but get used to it. You don't know that person, or, you know, that person doesn't know you, vice versa. You don't know. You know, and that's the thing, folks. If you don't know the people you are gaming with, I'm sorry, but in reality, you want your kids to have good gaming friends. If you get adults on there, like my buddy Preslaw, that's one of the best prime examples, that actually gives two dangs about your kids, he will tell your kids to literally get off the game and go do their homework if they haven't already done it. And in many ways, I wish I had friends that were like that when I was growing up as a kid on the online gaming scene. So that probably wouldn't be in the same boat as I am now. Actually, there's nothing wrong with it, but to you folks, to you kids nowadays, you know, it all comes down to your friends. And if you choose to make it miserable, you know, and if you choose to support I want to say the gambling end of gaming, which, and folks, you may be wondering what do I mean by that? The loot boxing, such as big worst games are PUBG and a few other ones. But if you choose to support, like if you choose, like parents, like all you parents, especially the new ones, if you choose to basically put your account name onto that kid's Xbox, like, yes, okay, you may use it for your own purpose, which is fine. But for all you parents that are letting your kids spend, like, yes, okay, you may not know this. You may not know your kids spending, you know, $600-700 on PUBG or whatever the heck the other one is. That's notorious. I can't remember, but because the only reason why is I don't play the game. But you know, I'm sorry, but then take away the kid's Xbox or the PlayStation or computer. If you know your kid's spending $600-700 on your credit card, basically for gear on a game, that I'm sorry, but take away that goddamn thing, because that right there, folks, is a gambler. And I'm sorry, but his kid's going based on peer pressure. Because his buddies are going, oh yeah, I got this. Don't get me wrong, folks. Me and my friends have probably done that a few times based on games that we play. But a lot of times too, the games are cheap that we play. We don't play, you know, I think the most expensive game I think I play is a single player game. Yeah, and that's Train Sim World. It's the only one that's actually my most expensive game. But when it comes down to loot crates, I've yet to spend, well, no, Division? No, I haven't. Breakpoint? No, I've only kept up with one season pass, but that was only because of the fact that it was just an add-on. But, you know, it was actually an add-on that I actually really wanted, so I saved up for it. But one of my friends brought up a good point yesterday, and I really wish I had him. I really wish I had the kid actually on stream that day. He's a 17-year-old kid. He puts $50 aside for his gaming budget, okay? And if he goes below it, he knows. He takes responsibility. You know, and to me that shows the kid. The parents don't have to worry about that kid and his spending habits. You know, because that kid's going to be responsible. Because that kid's putting his own money out. The kid's 17 years old. You know. But I guarantee you, if that kid's parents told him that he could not play, say, Grand Theft Auto, I guarantee you that kid would never pick up that game. Would he want to? Oh yeah. Would he try to play it with his friends? Oh, definitely. But I guarantee in the back of his head, I guarantee he'd know better. He can't do it. Because, let's face it, folks, Red Dead, or Grand Theft Auto in particular, is the worst for microtransactions. You know, same with Red Dead nowadays. And actually, in many ways, Red Dead's been abandoned. Which, again, sucks. But, you know, you folks can basically say, well, you know, I let my kid do this because, you know, he enjoys it. Folks, we all enjoy gaming. Whether it's board games, virtual games, outdoor sports, we all enjoy some form of gaming. Those that don't enjoy gaming, that's their own choice. But see, my stepdad, he doesn't enjoy virtual games because he doesn't understand them, and to him makes him sick. I don't force him to get into that. You know, do I ask him to kind of respect it, basically that I game? Yes. But that's, you know, because I enjoy it, and like American Truck Simulator, I use it as a learning experience. Farming sim. Yes, okay, it's a farming game, and how can I learn from it? Well, yes, in reality I can't. But it's a simulation game. It's not really violent. I'm sorry, but you know, like, oh my god, I'm killing a crop because I'm harvesting it. You know, a lot of my games I play, yes, do I have a few killing games, Red Dead, Division, Breakpoint, Wildlands. I used to have Siege, but I just got out of that one. You know, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's the thing, I'm 31 years old, I still play freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, but again, it's not an addiction I have to that game, and yes, there are microtransactions on there, but you can earn the gems to get them. So I just play the game, I sign in every day, I get the gems. You know, and that's the thing with people like nowadays. People are saying, oh, well, you know, Red Dead is now forcing, yes, Red Dead is forcing people to buy gold. But if you look beyond it, there's a hidden fact. You can still make that gold really freaking easy. Yes, some of the dailies are really, really stupid. But if you really are dedicated to that game, you're gonna do those dailies. Like me, I'm really not too fond of the whole gold process. I bought it a few times only to get certain roles. But other than that, the last few season passes, I earned my gold. You know, I earned it. You know, I earned my gold. I never really bought into the Red Dead. I never really put much money into. I think the most game I put money into now is actually nothing in the last few months. That's just because of the fact that times have changed. And also because I got other expenses. You know, and that's the thing, like, I know a lot of parents that don't teach their kids money and how to budget. Because they're like, oh, well, school will teach them. School doesn't teach jack shit. Doesn't teach them enough. Teaches them the basics. But really it doesn't. Not enough. I learned a lot of my budgeting, and me being autistic you'd think would be damn near impossible. My mother can vouch for me and know that when it comes down to budgeting, I am the most conservative. Yes, I used to be a little loosey-goosey, but I had to learn. You know, I had to learn basically the hard way. I crashed and burned once. You know. Do I regret it? No. Do I wish I still lived in the one area? Oh, frick yeah. I love that. I love the one place. But it was what it was, you know. I took the consequences as they came. It bugged me, yes. Drove me crazy, oh, definitely. But in the end, it was what happened. You know, yes, my parents helped me out a fair bit. But you know, any good family would actually do that. Some parents, like my mom helped me out. My stepdad helped me out. But I also had to learn by crashing and burning. And I don't regret it. Have I learned from it? Oh yeah. But that's the thing with kids nowadays. They're so bubble wrapped that they don't. Mommy and daddy will bail them out no matter what.
And bubble wrap.
I like my bubble wrap too, Matt. Don't worry, I like popping it too. My bubble wrap's fun based when you're drunk too.
Yeah, don't leave it on the floor and in the middle of the night. Just step on it. Just grab bed.
Oh fuck, I know. I did that with the big bubble wrap. That enough to scare the crap out of you. You know, but yeah, folks, you know, I know I have to talk a fair bit this stream, and a lot of my parents are probably like, oh my god, my kid's got a freaking set of pipes. And oh my god, like, does he ever shut up?
I question that too.
Oh, thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. You're such a great friend. You're also fucking dying, aren't you? Jackass. Oh, fuck you with the COVID bullshit. How the fuck did this thing get overheated? What the fuck? How the hell did this tractor get way the fuck? Oh my god, my operators are apparently retarded.
They're not retarded, they're gifted.
No, this one's completely retarded. Yeah, no, folks, I know a lot of times I'll ramble about stuff. Sometimes probably about useless junk. Sometimes, like today, to get the point across. You know. And I'm sorry, but not all gamers are going to be like me. They're going to sugarcoat stuff. You know, they're going to tell you, oh, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be this. No. Everything's not okay. Oh,
Excuse me.
damn, Matt.
Ooh, poor hurt.
Well, I definitely know where the hell my one worker went. We're right across the fucking map. Split an entire fucking field right in two. Oh god. Actually, actually, I have an idea. I might actually rip all that up and actually turn that into one big gigantic field. Might actually do that. But yeah, no, folks. You know, I understand some of y'all might take offense to this stream because of what I've said, and I fully understand. I'm probably gonna piss a lot of y'all off, especially when it goes up to YouTube.
But I gotta say, suck it up, Buttercup.
Thank you, Matt. And you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I let the past. I learn from my past. But I don't force it upon. But I'm not gonna erase the past basically because, oh my God, you know, it was bad. I'm sorry, but we learn from the past. That's what schools were there to teach us. You know, at least that's what I think. Yeah, to those of you that basically tell schools that they should be teaching this, they should be teaching that. Well, I'm sorry, but schools should be teaching your kids basic crap. You, the parents, should be actually doing your frickin' jobs. You know, the whole point of having a kid is basically so you can teach them. And don't get me wrong, if you didn't want them little rugrats, it's called, yeah. Exactly. You know, but yeah, folks, you know, I know I'm gonna piss people off. I really don't care. Am I gonna offend people? Oh, definitely. But again, I don't care. Cause y'all can smell my underwear. You know. You know, like folks, like, you know, my stepdad teases me a fair bit. And yes, do some of his jokes go a little bit to the extreme? Yes. You know, he may not know that. I may, you know. But you know what? You learn, you know, you live and learn. After a while, you just stop letting words hurt you. Oh, some of his jokes have gotten so old, basically, they barely faze me nowadays. You know. There are a few jokes that, yeah, still rub me the wrong way. And he does not know that, but that's, you know, that's his own prerogative. You know, but, you know, he is who he is. I'm not going to tell him to change because, you know, because of me. You know, do I ask him to kind of lay off? I try to. But at the same time, I understand he's from a generation that you never being offended was minor. You know. And that's the thing, folks. That's all it was minor. Back in those days. You know. Like, yes, you know, but to me it's I learned to live with it. You know, I learned to live with being judged. I hate it, can't stand it. But I'm never gonna ask people to fucking change their ways. Yes, if you're a racist punk, you're damn right I'm gonna say something. But at the same time, you can never fix stupid. And you know what? You don't know how those parents are to that kid either. You know, and like, you know, you can't say, well, somebody was born, you know, yes, Were people born into certain things? Oh yeah. But it all depends on how that person takes it. You know, because in the end, we are all responsible for who we are. And if we want, and if, you know, and like, yes, there will always be those racist kids. Yes, will there be all those kids that hate people, like they hate a race. Yes. Will there always be the groups that hate, you know, transgenders and gays and all that? Yes. But it's up to you, it's up to the groups to say, hey, why are we letting these people bug us? We're going to live our lives to the best we know and move on. You know, when we could stop crying and actually focus on, like, you know, people say the world needs to change. In reality, the world doesn't need to change. It's, people need to learn to be accepted. And yes, racism people should never be accepted, but that's, you know, they are, you know, those that hate, yes, I have to admit, deserve no credit, deserve no sympathy what comes to them. I fully agree to it. But at the same time, they are who they are. There's hatred in people, there's also love in people. But if we force stuff upon them, like, you know, the world's always been where groups have forced their beliefs on the world. Seen it happen. I see, you know, it's happened in generations and generations upon man. Religion was forced upon the world. That's why, folks, I hate to say it, folks, I believe in the pagan. I believe in spirits. I don't believe in God. I never have, never will. To me, that religion was forced upon the world. You know, because people wanted everybody to be the same. And in reality, religions are probably just as, you know, some religions are just as bad for the humankind than they do any good. You know, to some people, yes, you know, religion is the best thing, you know, that can ever happen to them. It saves them from being bad people and all that kind of stuff. Congratulations. But then don't turn around and force yourself up. Don't force your beliefs upon, say, somebody else's, like myself, that just really does not care. No. I don't like, you know, there's a lot of religions I'm interested in, like Buddhists. The Sikhs are actually kind of cool, only because of the fact I did a little bit of history about them when I was in grade 8. But Buddhists, pagans, you know, and the indigenous guys, you know, the indigenous folk. And in many ways, actually, the native groups, this is a big shout out to them, those that are actually trying to rebuild your societies and your beliefs. Congratulations, good on you guys. You know, and again, folks, that's another reason why, you know, you cannot say one group is better than the other, because let's face it, religion forced out a lot of the indigenous groups. You know, the Europeans were the invaders, just like the Spaniards were the invaders to the Mayans. The Americans, basically, well, the British were the invaders of the United States, and found out real freaking quick, when a group wants their independence, they're gonna get fought. You know, there's gonna be war. You know, and now look at everything. You know, you've got, you know, lovely, you know, but like I said, if we can make cultures return the way they should be, where groups, like, yes, you know, like, I'm sorry, and don't get me wrong, I like my stepdad and myself, a lot of South African and groups and tribes are all fucking really interesting. You know, because of their ways. You know, some of their beliefs are a little strange. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? They're interesting. you know. But my theory is I'm not gonna, force my beliefs upon them. But at the same freaking time, hey, you know what? They're there. You know, like today, like I know a lot of you people may or may not know, but I know it's not teached. But there are albinos people. They make white look, pale. Well, they make white basically look, dark. But they are there's a lot of them that are in this world that are to this day still judged because of their skin. Because they're seen as not really a threat or in some religious in some pagan groups or backwoods groups, tribes, they are seen as magical people. I guess you could kind of say, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. And those people are hunted down, like literally hunted, like game, and it's scary, And these are in poor countries, but again, a lot of these groups that where slavery was invented was because of because they were poor. You cannot tell me that the Africans were deliberately sold into slavery, when in reality their families wanted the better life, so they went, yeah, we'll put them on the boat. They said, yeah, we'll give you a couple bucks to take them away and put them on the boat, maybe to get a better life. They didn't know what was going on. And in reality, yes, the British, you think the Americans were bad, the British were the ones that were also selling. My buddy Matt can basically vouch. He and I have both done the research. Blacks own blacks, whites own whites. Hell, you look at the child basically ownership. You get some kid basically sitting on the street basically making a couple of bucks for polishing somebody's shoes just to make a buck. And that's where it comes down, folks, is money. And yes, folks, and I don't agree with it, but that's what's wrong in this world. Money pays. Money makes stuff worse. Okay, and now I understand money can also make stuff great. Well, but I've been living on a budget for all my life. Never really, when I moved out, I right away lived on a budget. Like, yes, people can say, well, I live with my parents now again, and that, I don't have a budget. Well, I have my monthly budgets, and I'm very proud of those. I've been very proud to being able to keep to my monthly budgets. Have I gone sometimes overboard? Yes. But I learn. And somebody comes to me, I owe a group an apology. For what? I don't know them. Well, your ancestors. My ancestors were European. My ancestors didn't come over until after the war. After the Second Great War. Well, I know, the one set did. I don't know about the other one. My bad, folks. I don't always know my full history. But that's just because of the one side of the family I really don't think they really talk about much. And a lot of that generation is actually dying off. Which sucks. The generation that's, to me, has always been a mystery has been my dad's side. But at the same time, if my ancestors did something bad to the indigenous groups, do I feel bad for it? Yes. But you know what? That time period was the time period. Invaders were invading. Worlds were being changed. The world was changing. And so you cannot tell me that, little Johnny basically born in 2020, or little Johnny basically born in 2020, or, 1990s, has to basically pay for the sins of his generations. I'm sorry, but we don't owe anybody a damn thing. The religious groups, you guys are basically building your own guys back up and bringing back the, Crees I can't remember that one group, but they're making a huge comeback through languages in many ways too. And I hate to say this, but why the heck is Canada learning about French in class when we should be learning about the indigenous languages? Because I don't know about you, but French sounds stupid. I'd rather be learning about Cree, or Blackfoot, the other groups. I'd rather be learning about those because they were cool. You know, I'd rather be learning about their languages rather than French. You know, we want to teach kids, you know, the history, and teach the kids that were native languages to the countries. You know, there are so many languages in Canada that, you know, that are non-indigenous, that why the hell do kids have to learn those when we can learn about the indigenous groups? Because, yeah, I guess I don't know if my family is, my dad's side is Métis, but apparently we are. I don't know. But I don't know if Métis to the indigenous group is deemed as a hybrid. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, folks. I don't know all that much history on that one. You know, but like a big shout out to like the indigenous groups. Big shout outs to to the groups that are actually making a difference. Like, yes, governments seem to have a problem working with the indigenous groups. I understand that, but also the indigenous groups also vice versa. There's no happy medium. There has been lately. There's been starting, but in many ways you can kind of say better late than better late than the normal, but or however that term goes. But at the same time, like recently here in BC, we had a 250 kid grave found in Kamloops of a indigenous, or I can't remember the damn type of school. Sorry. Again, something I kind of caught bits and parts of. But you look at people that were you look at the groups that were here. Okay, you had the Europeans. They brought Christianity. They brought all those. And in reality, if you think about it, Christianity probably did a lot more damage to that society than, in reality, normal people. Because you think about it, arts and everything like that made the indigenous groups look evil. Like you were the sins of God. You people weren't the same. You people weren't, pure, or whatever the heck the term was. But I'm sorry, but in many ways, the indigenous groups, but why am I myself, being a European descendant of that did not come over until after World War II, paying for the sins of people that I don't even freaking know? Why are we erasing the Canadian history, such as John A. Macdonald, and all of them? Well, they did this, congratulations, yes, they did that. But what can we do better now, rather than erasing the history? Yes, is it a black eye in the Canadian history? Yes. But the thing is but in reality, those presidents led to what we are now. Canada has a railroad. Canada has an industry. Canada has... Sorry, folks. Canada has a lot of things. And if it wasn't for those people, we wouldn't be in the world we live in. Was a lot of stuff taken? Yes. But now, yes, bridges can be mended. Groups can be worked with. The indigenous groups can be worked with. They can be, those groups can be mended. History can be learned about them. Because as they always say, the history has two sides: the good, the bad, the evil. To this day, yes, a lot of people still have yet to forgive, but what happened in World War II? I know a lot of veterans that still cannot, to this day, stand the frickin' German national anthem. But then again, though, in reality, you look at it, what did they ever mention? Nazi. Okay? Nazis. They were the ones that started that. Okay? You cannot tell me that all Germans were bad. Okay? You cannot tell me that the Germans knew about what was going on. Probably, a lot of them, probably. But you also got to remember, too, Germany went through, you gotta remember, a lot of the countries, their leadership was either do or die. You either kept your mouth shut and you lived, or you spoke and you died. Now, I'm not saying, what happened was rightfully, I'm saying, to me that was a massacre that in reality could have been, that nobody foreseen. Okay, and then when the world knew about it, we learned from it. The videos, the history, that in many ways, like, yes, 6 million some odd people lost their lives that day. And on this day, June, I think we're actually on the 6th of June, aren't we? We are actually, folks. Or no, tomorrow. So we're on the 5th. But anyways, folks, tomorrow marks the anniversary of D-Day. On June 6, 1944. Today marks the day of preparation, when in reality, today was actually going to be the original day of D-Day. Veterans fought and veterans died for freedom. Okay, to end Nazism. They didn't end Germany. They wanted to end Germany. Germany would have been completely erased and nobody would have known about that country. But, but like that was the thing. Folks. Tomorrow marks the anniversary of D-Day, where your grandfathers, if they fought, died, or survived World War II. Canadians fought in the Pacific. Canadians fought in the Atlantic. Actually, in the European, mainly in the European. They went into the Pacific basically with not many, not really supplied. But yeah, and that's the thing, folks. Like tomorrow, there will be a tribute. On the time of D-Day was launched. If I am streaming, there will be a time of silence. I ask to pay tribute to basically every man and woman that fought and died on that day to eliminate and bring forth what we know today. I'm sorry, but all you 16-year-old little shits that are bitching in nowadays don't know the sacrifices that was paid in blood. I'm sorry, but 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids were sent to war to eliminate evil, while you sit on your asses, whine and bitch on how the world is being so cruel to you now. I'm sorry, kids. You have no sympathy from me. When wars were fought by kids. Well, sorry, young adults to kids. Because the kids, you can say, well, no kid fought in World War II. Yeah, they did. A lot of them were in the resistance groups. A lot of them were spies. A lot of them, they did exactly what they were told. So you cannot tell me that your life is so hard that, oh, you deserve this. Well, I'm sorry, kids. You don't nowadays. Because kids lost their lives back then. And people say, well, why does history keeps, I'm sorry, but folks, there has been no World War II. Or World War III. Correction. Whoops. Bad one to say. But that was also my mistake. I meant to say World War III. But that's because of the fact of what we've learned. A lot of stuff, yes, nowadays is being talked of. But to this day, war is still being fought. You know, yes, there has been no big wars since. Thank God. But if the world keeps it up and people that are easy being offended keep this up, will war break out? Yes. Because that's exactly the signs of weakness. And that's exactly what certain countries look for. You know, and I'm sorry, but like, yes, my American friends, you know, you guys can say, well, this and that. Well, yes, in reality, the world does not owe the Americans jack. The only reason why you guys got into World War II is because of the fact of, frickin' Pearl Harbor. Canada does not owe you guys anything. In many ways, you've screwed Canada more than we've screwed you. Why do you think your White House is white? Because Canada kept burning it down. And yeah, folks, I just said that. But that's the thing, folks. You know. I'm not, a political person per se anymore. I really could give two flying craps about it. But at the same time, don't ever tell me that Canada owes the world. Don't ever, in reality, does the Canadian government needs to be smartened up and kicked in the head and, basically be told, that, hey, quit making Canada look weak. Canada's not weak. It's people on the higher up that we pay, that looks weak in the international stage. Countries in Europe pay their kids or pay their citizens to go to school well past 18, well past high school. You look at the populations over there. Yes, there's a lot of countries over there that have extremely high populations. But you also look at what Europe has done for the world. What it's shown in the world. In many ways, Europe, yes, I have to admit, religion, in fact, a lot of it originated from there. But in reality, Europe owes a lot of it, the world owes a lot to Europe. Because in reality, if it wasn't for those that fought, basically that started the war, basically that defended, and actually, gave a damn, Britain could have been overrun in a matter of months. If the volunteers, if the British didn't hold their ground. Yes, folks, I have to admit the French did surrender. They went, ooh, look, a gun, they surrendered. Yes, folks, I'm sorry, but French to me, I have zero, towards. Just my opinion, of course. But, people can call me whatever you want. I'm a history nut. I know what to believe. I know what's believed, and I know what should be believed. But in many ways, I wish North America was more like Europe. I wish I could be in Europe. I love Europe. Europe is a beautiful country. Or continent, sorry. You can do so much over there and have so much given, but in return, you are expected. To basically, to keep up. I wish I could have been paid, just to go to university. I never would have, but especially not with how stupid I am. The European history has got so much to offer. What Europe has done, yes, folks, I'm not saying, fossil fuels are bad. I'm not saying, we should be all getting off electric cars getting off of gas and diesel pushers. I'm sorry, but in reality, you look at our roads. Our roads are far more complex than the European system. You know, but also at the same time, can we do a little bit better? Possibly. But those battery operator thumpers, you gotta look at your mines. You guys are no worse than a copper mine or worse than an oil sands pit. You know, I'm sorry, but what does it take to make your batteries? And I'm sorry, but you cannot tell me your car basically will run on wind power. You know, seriously. You know, you idiots basically that think your car will run on solar panel. Basically, you know, once it's daylight, guess what? You suddenly ain't running. You know, but that's the thing, folks. You know, we are what we are. You know, everybody tries to change the world. Everybody tries to add their 2 bits in today's society. But nobody really thinks about the consequences. Nobody thinks about what goes up. Do you want to make the world safe? By all means. Go for it. But in reality, you make shit too much digital, you just open your ways up basically for a war that nobody will be able to fight. And that's a technological war. Because we all see it today, folks. Hackers getting into everything. You know, you cannot say our personal identities are fully safe. They never have been. But they really haven't been since, really, social media. Well, media groups, correction. You know, I guess I have Facebook. Beats the telephone. I take that risk. Also, I don't own a cell phone. Because my theory is, you want to get a hold of me? Wait till I get home. And it blows people's minds, folks, that I do not own a cell phone. But why should I have a cell phone when I'm not going to use it? To me, it's just a bill that I could go off with. I could use elsewhere. I could use the money elsewhere. You know. You know, I know I ramble a lot. About shit. Probably shit I probably don't even know anything about. But I believe in free speech, folks. And when I'm playing games like this, it gives me a chance to think. Evaluate. And really just kind of relax and become who I am. You know, I'm not a professional. I don't have to be professional at farming. I don't have to be, a good crack shot, But at the same time, I can just be me. I can just be me. I can voice my opinions, not be judged. And to those of you that are gonna judge me, I got 2 words for you. Go to hell. Because trust me, you're not impressing me. You want to judge me? By all means, go for it. But you judge me, then you're no better than basically everybody else in this world. And you ain't making it no damn difference. You're just showing basically what's wrong with this planet. I believe in free speech, folks. I do not believe in racism. I do not believe in homophobism. I don't even believe that's a thing. To me, it's a stupid word used to basically try to control society. Do I believe in that, the world's going to be putting, chips in every people's brains? No, I'm not that paranoid. Never have, never will, in all honesty, let's face it, who the hell really wants to read your mind anyways? But, to this day, folks, you show me respect, and I don't care what color your skin is, who you are. You know, you could be, you know, if I don't like you, I'll tell you I don't like you. I'll just ignore you. Actually, you'll probably get the ignore part usually more than anything else. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I know my parents probably, they're listening to me probably going, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. You know, why am I, you know, saying this kind of shit when in reality, you know, there could be a lot more. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you this right now. Do I regret doing what I did in high school? Not really. You know, I don't regret anything. Because I can't. I gotta look at my future. I gotta look at, you know, what lays around the next block, you know, of my life. What's the next chapter? And then, folks, streaming is my next chapter. It allows me to reach out, maybe make a difference. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not here to make, you know, millions of people. I'm not here to make, you know, Mojo basically famous. You know. But also at the same time, you know, my theory is a lot of the quiet folks are the ones that 9 times out of 10 pay attention more. You know, and in reality, folks, yeah, I gotta admit, you know, it's people like me that are exactly what the world needs, because we see things from a different prospect, or a different point of view. Sorry, folks. You know, do I believe in vaccinations? Yes. Do I believe in always getting them? No. But like, folks, to all those anti-vaxxers, yes, I understand your points of view. But you also got to understand from those points of views that, especially when it comes down to like these kind of diseases, okay, folks? I understand, you know, like your typical flu shot. Okay, I don't always get it. You know, seriously, I don't always get it. Because you never know what strain's gonna be, and my theory is, well, flu kills just like everything else. You know, but at the same time, when you get diseases like this that were deliberately released in an unsafe, and I'm gonna say, folks, deliberately released, they knew about this, but deliberately allowed to spread across the world to generate fear, that I do not agree with. Now, you know, but yes, do I believe in the vaccination? Yes. Do I believe that's gonna work? No. But do I believe that, you know, like, I've had people that tell me, like, well, you know what's going into your system. No, I don't. I probably don't want to know. But that to me is a scare tactic. I understand. I got friends that, you know, they do their research, which is fine. And nothing wrong with that. You know, that's what they choose to do. But at the same time, I've got elderly, I've got elderly parents. They're not old. You know, my stepdad does have some timers. And yes, folks, I know that's probably not an actual thing, but in this case, in my family, we've kind of invented that word. And even kids can apparently get it too. You know, me. So, but yeah, no, folks, it is what it is, and you know, I know I ramble on a lot, and I know I say it a lot. I know y'all probably just gonna try and tell me to shut the fuck up and mind my own fucking business. That's fine. But in reality, one damn thing. You want to tell me to mind my own damn fucking business, then keep your business out of mine. Quit making me basically believe, quit forcing your beliefs upon myself, upon my family, upon my friends that don't give two shits. Quit forcing your shit upon us if you don't like it forced upon you. That is how we generate change. That is how we change society. The stupid will wean themselves out. The racist people never win. We all know that. You know. They will always wean themselves out.
About being racist.
Hi.
Hello.
It's Reaper, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, Reaper, if you're wondering basically who's being racist, it's just I'm streaming. So,
Oh, look
Yeah.
what I got finally.
give me 1 second. Oh, shit.
Ball?
What, you found your balls?
No, look.
Oh, you got new headphones!
No.
Look,
Look
I'm
around my
glasses.
eyes. Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say you got new eyebrows? But no, I know what you mean. I was gonna say shit, like why are you burning your eyebrows? What? I didn't realize you burned your eyebrows off.
Oh, I was gonna say he trimmed them.
That was the next step. That was gonna be the next step if I couldn't get glasses in time. I just make myself blind eternal.
Exactly. And folks,
Forever.
sorry Reaper to cut you off. Folks, my buddy, Reaper here, he's new. He's basically, I've known him for less than 6 months. Actually, started talking to him in less than 6 months. Probably known him for a little bit longer than that. But fully talking to this guy, or kid, I don't know, you can call him a kid, but he's got a voice of a kid. But many of y'all don't know, but see people, Reaper, people, I get called racist all the fucking time. If I don't agree with their beliefs, okay? Now,
Okay,
folks,
well,
here's the thing. Reaper here, he's a black kid. And trust me, you lose his ass in the fucking dark. Okay? But here's the thing. That's not me being racist. That's me giving him a compliment, okay?
I tell y'all right now, I would win hide and seek if we were playing in the dark, in a rainstorm, with no lightning storm or nothing.
Exactly.
Just don't smile, they'll give it away.
Exactly. That's it. That's the only way I'd lose. If I
Yeah.
smile.
See, and that's the thing, folks. He's a black kid, and he's joking with, you know, and some of you black people may take that what I just said as racist. But you heard it from him. He jokes about it.
I really don't give a shit.
Exactly.
I really don't give a shit. Y'all motherfuckers get fucking butt hurt over the most stupid shit. Y'all just don't even be fucking
I know.
watching shit.
Exactly.
Come on. If
Now-
you get butt hurt over that, like, come
Okay,
on.
Reaper, I have a question for you being a black kid.
Take it to a fucking grain of salt. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Okay, Reaper, I have a question. You being a black kid in today's society, okay? If there was... Okay, you see what's going on with your... You see what's going on from a younger younger point of view. Okay?
Yep.
Do you see... Do you think, all honesty, racism is being blown up to the extreme? Or do you think it's being made worse by, you know, what's, you know, basically by people trying to force change upon the world?
Can't force it, so you force it. It's fine.
Yeah, but okay, but I have a question. You being a black kid, do you think now, folks, what I'm about to ask Reaper here is not racist. If you do take it as racism, I do apologize. But
If you take
But I have a question.
bullshit,
Though, okay, if
kiss
you
my ass.
okay, I have a question. You being a black kid, do you believe in destroying history in order to make change, in order to feel better about? Basically, do you think destroying history makes the current history better or worse?
Worse. How you supposed to fucking bring on change?
Okay,
on a
now,
fucking
okay, we all know about the slave trades and all that kind of stuff like that, right? Now, question.
Okay.
Okay, now question. Do you think, all honesty, erasing that history from Americans' point of view, or even the world's point of view, do you think that makes it better or worse?
That's just stupid in my opinion. Sorry.
Okay.
That's just stupid. How you want to bring change, but you think erasing shit's gonna make it better? No. Because
Yeah, you
people
can't-
are gonna remember it. You can't erase shit. Think it's gonna make shit better?
You
That's like,
can't
that's like,
restrict
hey,
it,
that's like taking a car to a dealership that's been fucking totaled and then rebranding it as
Brand new.
slightly used.
Yes, slightly. Hey, that's actually a good point, folks. And folks, like I said, I'm not trying to be a racist prick or anything like that when I'm asking these questions. But you know what? My theory is to ask from a young kid's point of, like, Reaper's what? You're what, 17?
I am 27, sir.
Why are you off a decade? Wow. When?
But see, folks, that's how young to me he sounds, okay? No offense. But that's how young you sound.
That's a take.
Oh, shit.
Wow, Win.
Fuck, I didn't, to me, I thought he was 17.
He is a veteran.
Yeah, I know, but to me, every time it takes me a little bit to always basically realize that, and then two, it basically makes me real. It's like, holy shit. You know.
That was more offensive to him than
Hey.
Actually, you know what? You should probably take that as a compliment, because listen, I'm not calling him old.
Hey, it's okay. Every time I go to the store, I still get party. You know, 27.
Hey, you know what? You know, hey.
I stopped getting carded at like 16.
And high school girls hit on me. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna talk to you.
No.
I'm sorry, jailbait. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, see, folks, like, that's the thing. Like, you know, you just heard it basically from Reaper's mouth. You know, the guy's 27. Boy, sounds younger. My bad. But at the same time, that's not, you know, me asking the questions basically from, because I cannot, like, turn on and say, ask Matt basically the same questions as I could ask Reaper. Because getting it from another person of my, I don't put folks, but my type of folk, basically would be deemed as really null and void, because how the hell would Matt know? You know, more. You know, but asking right from the basically right from, you know, somebody that deals with it on a daily basis, you know, or may deal with it, you know, and the thing is, well,
You know how sometimes I have had to correct people.
exactly.
Shit, because of that, I don't even flip. Let's just say if somebody didn't hold me back, I'd be sitting in a psych ward with a straight jacket on, and now.
Yeah, but let's face it, you'd enjoy it.
Hmm. Oh, I would enjoy it.
You'd enjoy being confined to a straight jacket going,
Oh no, dude! I have a niece and a nephew that I want to see every day I can. I don't want nothing to take me away from.
oh, come on, oh, come on, you wouldn't mind if a girlfriend walked up and goes, hey, let's play Mummy, and wraps your ass up in a straight jacket?
Okay, we ain't doing that again.
Gotcha.
We ain't doing that again.
I know. But, you know, like, that's the thing, folks. You know,
Some stuff disappeared when I woke back up.
but, you
I
know,
was like,
but-
what the hell?
but, you know,
Like,
but that's the thing, folks. Like, you just heard him. Okay, he's a black guy. He's a veteran. Navy? Or what were you?
you already said it.
Navy? Shit, I was right. Wow.
He's a seaman.
Oh, here we go. Keep it bull crap. Go
Matt,
ahead.
okay, folks, that was not my idea to say that. That was Matt's.
Go
So blame
ahead.
him.
Go ahead and get your semen jokes out. Okay. Yes, that looks like a big old cup.
That's all you got, Matt? Wow.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, I had to burn you for that. Yes. So shut the hell up. Go ahead and say.
Problem is, now you're telling Matt to get it out of his system. Now he's like speechless, going, but.
Oh, I can't say anything now.
Oh shit. But yeah, no, folks, like, you know, the guy is a veteran. He's younger than me. You know, and, you know, you clearly heard it. He deals with it on a daily basis, but he's a veteran. Okay, now you cannot tell me that, that because of what he is, that he's any different. He fought. He didn't die, but he fought for his country. He may have not been on a frontline worker, or, sorry, a frontline fighter. You know, he was a seaman. And not the kind that produces kids. You know, because let's face it, you know, he would have been first class. You know, it's pretty bad basically when he didn't even make general. You know, that's how, you know, it's kind of seaman basically, you know, that he made. You know, when you're, you know, basically when, you know, when we're all produced, seriously, we're not made generals. Because let's face it, after a while, I think that general rank, basically we go, woohoo, we made it to our moms. Next thing we know, crap, our parents are regretting it. So we just go from general to go, oh crap. You know. But yeah, no, folks, you know, I'm all about respecting veterans, current and former. Or current and, yeah, former. And those that even fought and died to this day. You know, whether you're Navy, Army, Air, Special Forces, Reserves, Police, Fire, Paramedics, you frickin' name it. You put your line on the line for everybody. I'm sorry, but I don't see a black cop any different than I see a white cop. You know, I see a black cop, I see a black cop. That, and I can walk up to him, I'll shake his hand, and I say to him, how's your day? I see a white guy, how's your day? I see an East Indian cop, how's your day? You know, I'm not, by all means, you know, I don't believe in it, and that's why I clearly state, you fight, you die for your countries, especially if you're a veteran. You put your neck on the line to save others. I don't give two shits based on what your color is in particular. Because let's face it, in reality, you yourself are in the same boat as everybody else. You're a human being doing a job that you were asked to do. You know, I bet you money here, folks here, Reaper, basically, were you paid for education? Or, well, did you continue on with education while you were in the service?
Nope.
No, you just went straight to work afterwards, or are you still serving?
No, I'm disabled. Yeah.
Yeah, but, okay, so what have you done? I have a question, but then, did you, after your service, like, after your service was over, basically pretty much due to a disability, did you continue on, did you go, when you left the service, do you see yourself as any better or any worse than, say, somebody that is Joe Blow on the side of the road to somebody that, you know, has fought and died? Do you see them any, like, if they were a white seaman or that just sounded really, really nasty with that one.
Okay, Wadley, I'll answer your question. I know what you're going to say. Do I see myself different as somebody who died from somebody who's passed away from serving for his country? No.
Yeah.
No, we're all the same.
Exactly.
We signed we decided to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Exactly, folks.
Some of us came home from it, and some of us did.
You know, and that's the thing, folks.
They're veterans too.
Yep.
They're veterans. Everybody, if you've been in the military or anything,
you are a veteran.
You're a veteran in place.
Yeah, and folks.
I don't know who the heck thinks that we're all different and all that.
Yeah. But
like a dick for all I care.
Exactly, and that's the thing, folks. You know, so you cannot tell me, you know, like, I support my veterans, and I support no matter what veteran you are. You know, no offense, folks, but, you know, I don't care. If you fought, you died for your country, no matter what you did during that wartime, you fought, you died, basically because you were asked to do a job. You were asked, you when you signed up, you right away knew. You were, at any time in your life, you were going to be sent away.
You already knew. If you once you sign up, you already think there.
Exactly.
But they're not gonna leave in the dark.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna go through the process, but yeah, they did ask us who was gonna take care of our arrangements if we did pass away in line. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing, folks. He's now a happy, young veteran who's now living his life to his fullest.
No, I ain't happy. I ain't happy. Don't get that twisted now. I'm a veteran, but I'm not a happy one.
Okay, then you're just a miserable young guy?
No, I'm not miserable.
Well, see, then you're happy. See, folks, I like to tease. See, folks, I like to tease him a fair bit.
Dare call me happy. I will.
Okay, okay. So you're not the happy dwarf. You're the grumpy dwarf. Okay.
Exactly. Wait, what? No!
Got him. Got him.
No, I'm not grumpy. I'm a mellow person.
You're mellow.
Like, I'm chill.
Yo, you're chilled. Shit, folks, I didn't realize there was such a thing as that. I thought they were all hippies.
He's the one with
Oh, you ain't funny. You ain't funny. That's not funny. One bit.
Yeah, but let's face it, Matt. He's got more luck than you ever would. No offense, Matt, but he'd have better luck getting Snow White's, underskirt than you ever would. She'd take one look at you and run. She might look at him and go, "Hey, chocolate cake." You know. And the only downside is basically, Reaper would just walk up and go, "I ain't no damn chocolate cake. I'm a cherry cake." And Snow White would just look at her and go, "This ain't no porno, right?" And he'd just look at her and go, "Yeah, but you did ask for a prince." You didn't say what type. Then Matt's looking from the sideline going, "I should have been a dwarf too."
Nowhere near a dwarf.
So you're one of the people that they send behind the wall units to get shit. You don't understand that term, do you? Basically being able to send, for example, like, something drops behind a wall unit, you go get it. Fine.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah,
I used to do that. Yeah, I used to do that. I really did. If we had to fix something that was in a tight space, I was usually the one unscrewing it and shit.
And that's the thing, folks. I can joke around with Reaper, and then I can turn on, probably, joke around with another guy that I know, Rich, who I'm actually surprised has not chimed in today. Did see him jump on. But no offense, but the way he looks, I call him my little Jamaican. Because he does look a little Jamaican. I don't know why,
He got that Rastafarian look.
Yeah, exactly. And see, folks, you cannot tell me, folks, if you turn around and call me racist for saying that, I'm sorry, but you know what? To me, black people look cool. Okay, they're unique. Okay, I'm sorry, but us white folks, I'm sorry, but we're not the greatest at Where's Waldo. Okay?
Some of y'all look the same to me, sorry.
Exactly. Sorry, but a lot of us white folk, we all look the same. So, Where's Waldo? And no. Then again, I'll admit, basically you can say, you can say a lot of things, but you can turn around and go, well, why is Waldo always the white guy in the books? Why isn't he the black guy? Because I'd be deemed as racist, folks. Remember that. There's a reason why Waldo was a white guy. because Waldo base was always mixed in the group of Rainbow. And let's face it, we couldn't go, where's Waldo? Basically, where's where's Urkel? You know. Actually, you know what, folks? Steve Urkel was actually the best fucking guy I ever watched on TV. And yeah, folks, I know a lot, and folks, there was a lot of black actors I liked. Urkel was one of them.
You know, they used to call me Urkel in high school.
Problem is, you don't look like an Urkel.
I do.
No, you don't. Like looking at your camera, you don't look like an Urkel.
Oh, you should see me in high school.
Oh, maybe, but you know, you don't look like an Urkel.
They used to call me Urkel because because of my glasses I had on like
Oh, big thick ones.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were thick,
jeez.
but they weren't that bad. They weren't that bad. They weren't like these though. They
Uh-huh.
were bigger. They were bigger.
Yeah. But yeah, no, folks, like, you know, I like it when I can joke around with any type of people. I don't care if you're black, white. Well, actually, let's face it, whites get a little boring after a while, because you start to realize basically how some of them are really not the most greatest. It's the other groups I like to mess with.
Y'all get monotonous sometimes.
Exactly,
Sorry.
thank you. Oh. And let's face it, a lot of the other groups, a lot of the other folks, let's face it, a lot of the other skin groups, their jokes can be a lot of times better. You know, because us white folks, we use, you know, we're like a bad typer, we repeat a lot of crap. You know, white guy, you know, basically the other groups, they, you know, they come up with new crap basically every day. You know, or crap we've never heard of, one of the two.
Where you heading to, Wadley?
I'm on Farming Sim. Not a dedicated one, but yes. I have a Google Drive. I'll be streaming. This is just a test stream today of tomorrow's actual full stream. But I just wanted to make sure my game does not crash when I'm using Twitch Studio.
My game, my APS has been crashing, but
What is it?
when the settings wasn't high enough, so like it was reading like low.
Really?
Yeah.
What setting was that?
The anti-analyze, the A8 stuff. It's supposed to go ultra
I wonder where the hell that one's at, because maybe that could be my problem.
Maybe. Depends on what your graphics card is.
1080 GeForce.
Dude, you should be running everything on ultra.
I know, but
Ultra high.
I know, but the thing is, when I go to stream, my game wants to crash. So
Run it on medium. Run that on medium.
okay, so okay.
Because your screen quality will get messed up if you keep it in ultra.
Oh, okay. See, folks,
And
like
it also depends on your connection. Like
Mhm.
your connection speed.
well, fuck. I've got like 23 megabytes. Well, let's just say when I download Red Dead, I can have it downloaded in like an hour.
Yeah.
But anyways, folks, I hope you all enjoyed the special preview of today's episode of Farming Sim. I hope it turned out. I'll have to check it later. But I think we did pretty good today, folks. Thank you very much for those that chimed in. And yeah. Oh, Serpent. Who the heck is Serpentine?
Whoever, you people are racist as hell, stay away from my friend Wildwing, because if I jump in that